Oh, buddy. Starting this live chat, waiting for peeps to come on. Hey. Yeah, I cleaned up a little bit since work. You know how I do. Hello. I'm going to start Instagram in a few minutes, but y'all know Instagram goes like literally an hour on the dot, so I don't want to start it until I start talking to some of y'all on here. Welcome. I just finished this book yesterday, and so I know that I'm really going to need y'all's help in dissecting this because there's just so much that was going on. I'm going to go ahead and start Instagram. Hang on. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. All right, we're live on Instagram. Hola, people. Welcome. Just getting started. Jamie Yarn, both, huh? Both Facebook and Instagram. Tonight we're dissecting The Travelers by Regina Porter. Excited about this one. Wasn't sure what to expect. Hey, everyone that's jumping on Instagram and Facebook. I know that I'm going to need y'all's help in breaking this down. I don't even know if you can see my iPad, but yeah, there's a good list of the characters that are in this book and trying to dissect them and keep all these characters together, these names, these people, who they go with, what families they belong to, and how they all connect. It was a whirlwind of a ride. So just wanted to get your overall thoughts on the book. So go ahead and start typing. I am live in the Facebook group, right? I just want to be sure of that. But yeah, go ahead and let me know your thoughts on the book, The Travelers by Regina Porter. While I check on something real quick. Okay, yeah, I am in the group. I'm just making sure. Okay. Hi, everybody that's joining us tonight. We are doing our monthly book chat. Our August book of the month, The Travelers by Regina Porter. I know we always meet the first Tuesday of every month. So this one came a little bit quicker. Usually the first day of the month usually doesn't start or hasn't been starting till like a Wednesday or Thursday. So that's kind of giving me a little more cushion with the start date. But no, this one came super quick. So I finished the book yesterday. There's a lot going on, a lot of different stories, a lot of things to dissect. I don't even know where to begin. Like, I really don't even know where to begin. Just because it was a good book for me. I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. But you really had to pay attention, and especially because I did it in audio format, so there was a lot going on. Let's see. Jamie said, it took me a minute to get used to the narrating and then all of the traveling back and forth. Yes, because it would jump from, the 1950s to, the 2000s. It would just keep going back and forth and in between families, and then you'd have to kind of piece together each of these people and where these people are falling into place in these stories. I was glad when I started making the connections. Yes. I enjoy the history throughout it. Yeah, same here. Hi, Dawn. Disappointed with the ending. Yeah, see, well, Sharon was ahead of me in reading it. So when she came back, she was like, it just kind of ended. And she was like, because I did get a bunch of these copies for the book club for free. they were nice enough to send me a box of copies. So I gave a bunch out to some local members. And so we thought that maybe because these were advanced readers edition, that maybe it cut off. But it didn't. So I had to let Sharon know that that's where it stops with them in the restaurant, just spending the day together. It was confusing. Not so the back and forth, but so many of the characters. Yes, it was confusing at first. It really was. And when I sit here and look at this chart, I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at the chart that I posted in the group. There's a lot going on in this. Like, I don't even know. Like, I know y'all can't see that. I did post it in the group, but that's just a mix of all of the characters within the book. So there's definitely a lot going on, a lot trying to piece it together. Then the man James, I can't even find him on this chart. Yeah, James Samuel Vincent Jr., who is the man, also referred to as the man James. So I kind of had to put that together, that's like the same person that we're referring to. Oh, no worries for you guys that are just joining on. We're talking about The Travelers by Regina Porter. This was our August book of the month. Yeah, so I posted a list of it, and there's also one in the front of the book that tells you the characters' names and who they are and kind of how they're related to each other, but I don't know. The graphic that I posted is a much better, because it shows you like the cast of characters or whatever. It gives you that list, but it doesn't really connect them like the graphic that I posted. So thanks, Anna, for that. Jessica, I don't know where she is, but Jessica had actually handwritten her own like family tree so that she could connect the characters. So I was actually looking at that as of yesterday. She sent it. So I was using that as a guide until Anna sent me this one, but there's just a lot going on. Let me know what storyline you liked the best. There were so many with the Eloise, who is the adventurer who wants to become a female pilot. There's her story. I liked her story. I liked Hank. And then what was Hank? What was Hank's next door neighbor? Because Hank was the neighbor, the Applewoods. So that was Reuben that he was hanging out with? I don't know. One of the Applewood kids and Hank that became friends. I like that story. That was an interesting one for me. There's just so many characters to unlock. I don't even know where to begin with this. Like, then what? See, the characters have me all over the place. So excuse me for looking lost, because that's just how this book will have you feeling at times. In the book, it talks about, okay, so Reuben was the naval officer. He was the one that was being haunted, like, kept talking to the walls. Remind me if that's who. I think that was Reuben's story, right? He was the one with the... I thought he had the two little girls. Oh, no, that was Eddie Christie. See, there's too many. Eddie Christie was a Blue Water vet, first cousin to the Applewoods. But I know whoever was the naval officer was the one that was talking to the walls, but he had two little girls. See, I'm trying to... Yeah, 30 plus characters is a bit much. Like, yeah, it's a lot. I can't even... Eddie. So the story that they talk about where he pushed the dude overboard and killed him, that was Eddie's story? See, I'm all over the place, y'all. I don't know. See, like, it's confusing because there's so much to... I don't know. And then, okay, let me ask y'all this. Yeah, it was Eddie. Okay. All right, so he was the one, and then he ended up dying, right? So so Agnes Christie and Eddie Christie, their daughters are Beverly and Claudia Christie. Okay. Claudia is married to Rufus, who is the son of James Samuel Vincent Jr. And then, so Beverly Christie, she has a husband named Kevin Parker, but I don't remember I remember them mentioning that she was divorced and has 4 kids. But this Kevin Parker, I don't even remember him in the book at all. So maybe it's just me, but I don't know. This mind-boggling trying to figure all this out. So anyways, Flora. Okay, so Flora is a friend of, I'm going back to Eloise. Who was it? Okay, so Eloise and Agnes Christie had a thing going on. And then while they were kids, because they were childhood friends, they stayed in the same room together. He moved to Texas, right? Who are you referring to, Jamie? Sorry, I've skipped around so much. Oh, Kevin Parker, the husband? Yeah, you did hear from Bev's daughter, Minerva. And Peanut was mentioned. So Agnes and Eloise were childhood friends. Eloise went to stay with Agnes. They used to be lovers when they were teenagers. And then Agnes all of a sudden wanted to stop. Agnes then, what's the first dude that Agnes was dating? I don't even know if he's mentioned in here. Hold on, now I have to refer. Okay, Kevin. Now I have to go back to the book because to see who Agnes was dating. Claudia Christie. Agnes Christie, wife to Eddie Christie, urban planner. Charles Johnson was Agnes Christie's lover and Eloise Delaney's distant cousin, an engineer. See what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep up, yo. Claude. Claude sounds familiar too, but where is he in this? See, y'all? I needed y'all to read this like legit as I was going through here. Yes, Claude was the one that she decided not to marry and then ended up marrying Eddie Christie, right? Don said, it was so much trying to keep up, I finally gave up. Yeah, I just kind of took it for what it is. And like you said, it was so hard to keep up with characters. Like, I would remember that characters kept coming back. So I would pay attention more to the story than necessarily the characters that were happening. So it's easier for me to tell you, like, what stories I enjoyed rather than the characters that were in it. But I can remember Hank. And did any of y'all have parts of the book where you were trying to decipher the race of the characters that were being mentioned? Like, for the longest time, Barbara and Charles, who had their son Hank, and then they were next door neighbors with the Applewoods, I think. Flora. I see. This is all so confusing. God, I'm trying to keep up. Hey, for people that are just joining us. That's why she named the daughter Claudia, you're right. Jessica, help us. Okay, let me go back to these comments. Hang on, because you guys are... Yes, okay. Claude eventually died. Remember, she named the baby Claudia, which is what someone on Instagram also said. And the dad kept saying where did Claudia came from. Right. Okay. Yes, 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 Hank and Gideon. There you go. Thank you. I was trying to think of his name because I love that story. But yes, for a lot of it, I was trying to figure out, like, that whole Hank and Gideon story until they finally said, like, I don't know. It was like a turning point, but you finally figured out that that family was black and that family was white. But there were so many times in the book where you're like, what's what? Who's who? I couldn't figure out what was going on. And then when the dad was pissed off at the family, like he had some kind of jealousy going on about the kid wanting a dog, and then he went over there and shot the dog. Essence said, oh, I hated this book only on chapter 10. Just want to finish to see if it gets better. It picked up for me towards the end. The stories got better for me. Yeah, Charles killed the dog. And Jamie said she was upset. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. And then the poor kid had to go, like, bury the dog in the back. I know. It is hard to keep up with back to school. So I'm praying that Silver Sparrow will be a little more of a... I don't want to say it wasn't enjoyable because I mean, I didn't hate this book. But I'm hoping that it's not as, like, intense. Because I really just... Books like that make me have to work and think about things, I just want to, like, escape. But not necessarily in a way where I'm like, what is going on? Sharon says, I hate to disappoint you. So it doesn't get better. I mean, I personally enjoyed some of the stories towards the end. The way it ended, I'm not sure that I was okay with it. It just kind of ended with a family. Well, I don't want to say it. But yeah, it could have been a different ending. I don't know. If you're on chapter 10, I'd say go ahead and finish it. So you can add that to your Goodreads list. I don't know. I kind of liked Eloise, too. She was one of my more favorite characters. But yeah, this was a lot to, like, unpack and figure out. And then the pictures. How did y'all... Anybody read the physical book where they saw the pictures in there? Did y'all like that? What were your thoughts on those pictures? Because if you're in the audiobook, you probably would have no idea, but... Yeah, there's just a lot going on. It could have been 2 books. It could have probably been 5 books on 5 different families and 5 different stories and 5 different scenarios happening right there. So it was a lot. So I do want to ask this question because it came from the reading guide on here. It says, The Travelers does not follow a linear narrative trajectory, but jumps back and forth in time in between the perspectives of different characters. How did this affect your reading experience? How did you guys like the fact that the timelines jumped back and forth? It was kind of weird because you'd go in, especially like the man James, like he'd be one age and then he's in, like, you know, he's older, and it was weird just how it would bounce back and forth in different stories, and then how he would appear in other stories. It was definitely interesting. I think it would have been better if they had split the book up. I think so too. I liked the story, so I would have loved to have seen them elaborated on their own. But trying to keep track of who's who and what's what was kind of frustrating. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Jamie. Jamie said, it made me feel like I was studying. And that's kind of where I was trying to go with this. Like, when I read books, I don't... Especially during the summer months, like, I don't want to have to think. I hate to say that, but I really don't want to have to think about it, which is why I tend not to read a lot of serious stuff in the summer months, or, I tend to read a lot more fiction in the summer months because I just like to escape and get away from stuff. So my mind wasn't prepared to think the way that this book made me think. I know that's sad, but I don't know. I want it to be more of an escape and a relief and a stress reliever when I read, and not necessarily like I'm doing homework and about to take a test and I need to know who this character is to be able to figure out this story and connect this and that. It was a lot. Yeah, sometimes you couldn't tell where they were. Like you, I focus on the stories, not the characters. I had to. But at the end, the restaurant and the pie. Yeah, and see, like, okay, so the end of it, when they talk about this pie, it's, hold on. Is that Agnes's story? When she goes into this restaurant and has the free pie or whatever. Like, a part of me didn't even remember them talking about this earlier in the book. So it was kind of like she knew the secret to getting this pie. And like the guy who, the owner, I guess it was, of the restaurant who brought the pie. But my mom was born here, she said. Welcome home, he smiled. She just won a free piece of pecan pie. But like, I don't. And then they talk about the alligators. Like, I don't remember that happening earlier in the book. So I was like, did I miss something in another chapter where they talked about this pie in this restaurant? Yeah, well, it's good to know what you enjoy in a structure. Yeah, I'm definitely, which is weird because when I first started my reading journey, all I read was nonfiction. And now I prefer to read fiction as much as possible. But I will, in the colder months, I tend to read more nonfiction. The jumping back and forth was too frequent, yeah. It was like every chapter. Well, and actually some of the headlines in the chapters have like 4 different years. Like on one of them has like literally 5 different years on the chapter. So I didn't understand that. I'm like, are we jumping through timelines in 5 different years throughout this one chapter? I don't know. It was kind of strange. It was definitely earlier in the book. If you guessed the weight of the alligator, you could win the pie. So basically, she won the free pie because she already knew the answer to that. They talked about the alligator, that they put it in the wall in the restaurant, put it on the wall in the restaurant, and didn't remember the pie. Yeah, I didn't remember that either. Like I said, it was a lot going on. Too much for me. I don't know. It's making my brain hurt right now. Sorry to say that. It was a lot going on right now, but I was just happy to have been able to finish it and talk about it with you all tonight. But yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot going on. So hopefully for the rest of the year, we'll have some lighter stuff or more enjoyable stuff. Was that not one of the authors involved in her assault? Was that not one of the authors involved in her assault? In whose assault? Jessica asked a question or not. Yeah, there isn't much to say about it. I liked the stories as individuals. I just trying to piece these people together. It was a lot going on, so I struggled. Oh, yes, the guy. Sorry. Okay, so Agnes, was it one of the officers that was involved in her assault? Yes, because the face was familiar, the guy. Yes, I got what you're saying. The history was cool. They kept referring to him as a former officer. Yes, you are correct, Jessica. Sorry, I saw author, so I was like, huh? But I get what you're saying now. Yes, the familiar face when she came back in there. Yeah. Okay, so we've unpacked this book in 25 minutes. Glad that everybody is kind of on the same page with this read. So that's good. As you guys know, for the month of September, we'll be reading Silver Sparrow. Another Tayari. This is going to be our second Tayari Jones book. So I'm super excited about this one because I've heard nothing but great things. So I'm excited to read this one with you all. But also, I was late, but I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I gave it a 4-star. I mean, it was confusing, but I still enjoyed the story, like the mini stories within. I mean, they held my attention. Are you laughing at me, Anna? Because I said we finished this, we wrapped it up in 25 minutes. Yeah, it's going to be one of our shorter chats today. But again, we're reading Silver Sparrow, so make sure y'all grab a copy of that and read along with us. And we'll see you in a month to talk about that. But also interested to know, Anna gave it a 2.5 and rounded to a 3. Yeah, mine's probably more of like a 3.5, but I gave it a 4. I'm nice like that. I try. I see I'm bad. I'm not necessarily that I'm afraid to give bad reviews, or like, it wasn't bad for me, so I wouldn't have given this one a bad review, but I hate hurting people's feelings. So it's, when I don't like something, it's really hard for me to like put a Goodreads review in there, because I feel like, someone works hard, is their pride and joy. And, but that's life, right? Not everything's going to be enjoyable. Kind of like Fly Girl. I don't know how y'all let me read that. I'm so disappointed in y'all for making me read that as a grown adult in my 30s. Never again. Yeah. I'd say it's a 3.5, but I gave it a 4. I rounded up to, on Goodreads. Yep. So anyways, while we're taking a second, go ahead and tell me what you guys are reading right now. I'm reading 2 books. I'm reading The Unhoneymooners, and I can't even think of what the author is. And then the other one that I'm reading is Educated. I just started that one today. So thanks, Anna, because she's another one who gave me this book, I think last year, maybe? She gave it to me some time ago. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm reading it with the Stacks Pod, and I think Mocha Girls read their book club. It might be their book of the month. So I didn't know it was going to be their book. I'm reading it for Tracy, and plus Merlene Reeds was talking about this last month, I think, or sometime this summer. So it was on my radar. And then when Tracy said that she's covering it on her podcast, I decided to bump it up on my list. So enjoying that right now. But go ahead and comment what you guys are reading. There was something else I was going to say. Don't know what it is. The Water Dancer. I need to read that. I'm supposed to be getting a final copy sometime soon. Who knows? None right now, just focusing on finishing my first novel. Anyways, How to Be an Anti-Racist and Monday's Not Coming finally. So, I'm weird. I like to read authors' works in order. So I had allegedly on my list to read for this month, but with trying to prioritize some other things, I had to push Educated in there. So allegedly got pushed out. I may, if I have time at the end of the month, I may throw allegedly back in there, but if not, it will be read next month. But I have to read that. I do have Monday's Not Coming, but I need to read allegedly. I want to read allegedly first. Did you guys see that I got to see Jasmine Guillory this weekend? She came to Atlanta for the first time for the Decatur Book Festival this past weekend. So I went, her and Nita Brooks, which I don't have. Their books are somewhere around here because I got them autographed by both of them. But Nita Brooks has a book called Redesigning Happiness, which is about a single mother in Atlanta. So being that I am a single mother in Atlanta, I'm super stoked about that book. Thanks, Anna, again, for sending me that book as well. She sent me her ARC. So I was actually able to get that signed. So I'll be reading that this month. But yeah, I got to see Jasmine Guillory and Nita Brooks. So it was really cool. Cool weekend. Let's see. Somebody said, have you read the Red Queen series? No, but I've heard, I think Merlin Reeds talks about that book. There's quite a few people that talk about that series and said that was really good. Jamie, what was really good? Which one? Tiffany Jackson? Educated is great. Diamond Doris. And so I hope Amistad Books picks me as their winner because I really want that. Diamond Doris was there this weekend. Connection just paused on Instagram. Allegedly. Okay, yeah. Everybody says that was good. And because I read Small Great Things, I wanted to read that too. But I think it's probably going to be something that goes on the list for October. Y'all besties now, I wish. Jess, she's cool though. She did inbox me last week, the week before. So that was really cool because, you know, y'all know how I stand for Jasmine Guillory, so she inboxed me about getting a copy of Royal Holiday. I have already read it, but I like to have the physical copy, so I'm not going to post anything about it until I can get it and take a picture of it. But she was really helpful with them, so it was good to see her again in person and chat it up with her for a few minutes. But yeah, it's been busy around here, guys. I need a break. I need a vacation. Also, speaking of vacations, let me put this little plug in here. If you guys want to come, especially those of you who know me well and I talk to almost every single day, come to us to Jamaica. That'll be... Anna may know this better because I know she's coming. It's the 16th, April 16th through the 20th of next year, of 2020. Point of View, Jamaica, we have 2 villas that we're going to stay at for 4 days. Lots of events planned, beach trips. Just hanging out in Montego Bay. So if you guys are interested, come join us. I would love to see you guys. I'm super excited to just get away and be with some of my bookish friends. See, Anna's got to keep me in check. Like, I have to, I can't, I don't know when I'm coming or going sometimes, guys. But yeah, I'm excited about it. And hope that some of you guys can come spend some quality time and just come hang out with me and Anna and, you know, some other readers and just hang out and kick it. Have a girls' weekend for a few days. So, yeah, it's a very, very interesting. Oh yeah, that's already on the plan. I am definitely going to, see, Anna, my brain, the books, I'm trying to think of the books that I already had. What is it? How to Love a Jamaican or something like that? I think that was one on the list. We've done Terry McMillan, so How Stella Got Her Groove Back. I do definitely want it to be Jamaica specific, so either about Jamaica or by a Jamaican author. So, yes, Jess, I can't wait. Yes, I hope you can make that happen. That would be awesome. You know, she accepts payments too, so you know, if you can just go in there and put down the minimum, lock it down, come join us. I would love to see some of my girls out there hanging out. Hey to everybody that's oh yeah, Nicole Dennis Ben, it's a good choice. Maybe Patsy, that might be a good one. That might be a good choice, because I've already read Here Comes the Sun, but Patsy I have not. I do have it, so that's another good one. I do. The Jamaican trip is posted on my IG page. I think you can go to the link in my bio, and you can find it there. If not, hang on. I can pull it up on my iPad and see. If not, if you go to my Instagram feed, the little white squares that I have with the writing in it, there's one that says Bookish Retreat or something like that, so you can find it there too. It has all the information, but I'm pretty sure, let me click on the link in my bio just to make sure. Yeah, if you click on the link in my bio, the third tab down, it says Books, Beach, and Spa Getaway. You can click on that, and that has all the information. It'll take you straight to the page with all of the specifics for that page. Okay, so maybe I'll move Patsy. Maybe I'll do Patsy in April of next year during that month of the trip. That sounds like a real winner. What's the next read coming up? The next read is Silver Sparrow. Tayari Jones. So this is our month of September. And I won't announce October until like the 19th, 20th, something like that, whatever day that falls on. But yeah, the Books, Beach, and Spa Getaway is the 16th through the 20th. So yeah, we'll stay between two Point of View Villa and the Coconut Cottage in Montego Bay. So yeah, we'll have some authentic Jamaican food, breakfast, cocktails, beach excursions, spa treatment of your choice, a paint and sip party. So yeah, we've got some fun things planned. So I'm super excited. And for those that are going, I can get some Book Girl Magic merchandise in your hands. Exclusive, because y'all know I don't sell that stuff yet. I'm jealous that you guys got to beat up. I saw your little Bookstagram meetup. See, y'all are going to have to come to Atlanta. I'm going to have to go out there and see you guys. Banished Love. That sounds different. Or what? That sounds like a good read. Didn't mean to say different. I just got All About Love by Bell Hooks. I can't wait to read that one. Common mentions that a lot in his book, Let Love Have the Last Word. So, and then my best friend Kim posted it to her Instagram feed. So I was like, okay, it's a sign. I've now seen this book 2 times in 3 days, so I've got to go get it. So, oh, hey, Kim, she's right there. Wow, Kim just joined and I spoke. Wow, I didn't even see her pop on and I just literally spoke about her. She said, come on, hair. I know. It's been 1.5 years since I've straightened my hair, y'all, so I'm going to do it more often, but yeah, it's ridiculously long now. Going to add to my calendar. I'm trying to listen in between calls. No problem. If you guys have any questions about retreats, books, Book Girl Magic, whatever, feel free to inbox me. I'd be glad to help you or answer any questions that you guys have. I would love to see you guys. We have lots of room on this retreat. We have 2 houses that people would be staying in. It is double occupancy, so keep that in mind when you're booking. Find a friend that you feel comfortable with. Maybe you can stay with them. Do I miss my curls at all? No. I honestly don't. I've had straight hair all my life, up until I went natural 3 years ago. So really the past 2.5, it's been curly like all the time. So it's different, but I miss being able to do that. Like I can't do that with my curls. So it's nice to just, I don't know. I don't miss it. I like being able to do this. The only thing that I miss about my curls is the wash and go aspect where I can literally just wash it and walk out the door. Whereas like this takes a little more maintenance of like, if I want to curl it or, you know, whatever, it just takes a little bit more time to get ready in the morning. So, but for the most part, no, I don't. I like being able to like run fingers through my hair. I miss that because I've had straight hair all my life until it was a freak accident. Okay. I'll make this really quick and just kind of run down my natural hair journey. So 2016, getting ready to do a family photo shoot. My hair is like super short, bob cut. I had just got it dyed like bleach blonde like 2 or 3 weeks prior. Stupid me. Decided to perm my hair the night before a photo shoot. So I go to perm it. And mind you, it's like really blonde in the back and not so much up top. So I'm washing my hair and the back just, these pieces down here just start to break off. This is where it's really bleach blonde. And so I'm freaking out because I'm like washing my hair and my hair is just coming out in clumps. And luckily it was only the bottom where it was really bleached that broke off. But when it grew back as like these little tight tendrils. And I was like, what is this in my hair? Like, why is my hair growing back like this? Because I've been perming my hair since I was a little girl. So I had no clue that my hair was that curly ever. I've only ever seen it permed. And when it's wet, it's like waves, but not like tendrils. So I decided to like, okay, we're going to stop perming our hair and we'll just see what happens. And so I let it transition and grow out. And that's how my curls came to be. Anyways, I know, a little much, but yeah. I don't miss them right now, but you know, it's nice to have straight hair for a little bit. Add that also, inbreeding that to Silver Sparrow. Okay, will do. 2 of my favorite Jamaican authors are Colin Channer, did I say that right? And Marlon James. Yeah, I haven't read a Marlon James book yet, but I've heard great things. That's awesome. That is awesome. Cool beans. Any other reads, thoughts, questions for Renee? Since you guys have got me on here, might as well use this time since we talked about our book in 25 minutes. Because everybody was pretty much over it and confused AF. Bum, bum, bum. Having fun with y'all, though. I love talking to y'all. It's always my favorite girl time. I get to throw the kids in bed. I literally throw them in bed. And I threaten them. And I tell them, don't move. If you run, because their room is right over me. I'm like, if you move, I can hear you. And I will come get you. Reading schedule with the littles. So we used to do reading time for at least, 15, 20 minutes every night when they come home. However, they have a new principal. Sorry, my bra strap is all over the place. They have a new principal at their school, and he now makes mandatory reading time in class. So there's 3 times a day where they are reading for at least 30 minutes or more. From the time they get to school at 8:20 until the bell rings at 8:50, they are reading. So they read so much in school throughout the day now that when they come home, they do have homework, so we do that. But other than that, I try to just give them their free time because they are reading so much in school now. I'm super proud of my son. I have twins, boy and a girl. My son, in the past 2 weeks, has read he's on his 6th. He's read 7 books, but 6 of them Captain Underpants. So he's really found something that he loves, and he's just started reading. It just came out of nowhere. He's had those books since Christmas and decided to just pick them up. I told him, you can take your chapter book to school and read it there, and then put your bookmark in there. And then, when you read, you can just keep reading your Captain Underpants. So it's become an addiction for him. And so he's really enjoying reading the Dogman series and Captain Underpants right now. So I'm super excited that he loves reading like I do. So that's really cool. Thanks, Dawn. She said, good chat. What's the book being read? So we were talking about The Travelers by Regina Porter. That's what we were discussing tonight. That was our August book of the month. September, we will be reading Silver Sparrow by Tayari Jones. So I'm super excited about this. It's our second Tayari book that we'll be reading. Yeah, he's really loving, because it's kind of comic book style or whatever. He really loves the Captain Underpants and the Dogman series. So if you guys have any other recommendations for him of books like that, because there's only there's super Diaper Baby too, I think. Anyways, all for the recommendations. The book by Jones has been, Tayari Jones. Join us. You should join us for the month of September. You've got all month long. Let me look at a calendar because I can tell you when the next chat will be. So the next chat will be October 1st because that falls on a Tuesday. So, Tuesday, October 1st, we will read... we'll discuss Silver Sparrow, so expect that. That's crazy, the first of the month that we already have a chat. It's coming quickly, but that's just the way it is. So expect that chat for Silver Sparrow. You guys have till October 1st to complete that read, so you've got a good month. So first Tuesdays, yes. So I always do the first Tuesday of every month. I discuss the previous month, so we just discussed August's book tonight. Also, if you guys are interested, we also have a Facebook group, a private Facebook group where we chat books and discuss and, kind of cut up all day long. So that's why I'm going live on Instagram. I'm over here and over here. I'm going live on Facebook in both places because we have a private Facebook group, which we literally just cut up all day, talk books. The girls in there are really cool. So if you guys are interested, the link is in my bio. Just look for Facebook group, private Facebook group, or I think it's called Facebook group or something like that. But you guys can join that. And just kind of hang out with us, throughout, in between chats. So we sometimes start a thread, or I do start a thread where we can talk about the book as we go before the chat's there too. So feel free to join. And hey, this is the first time I've had a chat since I've hit 10K, isn't it? Super exciting. I love the support from y'all. You guys are amazing. And I just want to say thank you for everything that you guys have done. So I'm super excited about that. Let's see. Interactive and dynamic. Ba, 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 ba. Jason Reynolds. I actually have Jason Reynolds, whatever the first book is, the yellow one in the track series. So I do want to read that. Have you guys seen, I was trying to see if I can find it. Have you guys seen Nick Stone's Clean Getaway? I want him to read that, but I'm not sure if it's going to be too mature for him, but I know I want to read it. It came with a green book, and that it was one of the coolest. I'm trying to figure out. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to go grab it real quick. Okay. So Nick Stone, I won her giveaway. Nick is an Atlanta native too, so well, not too, because I'm not from here, but she lives here. And so she sent me her book, Clean Getaway. So it's about a kid who goes on an adventure with his grandmother. And so, you guys know, I don't know if you're familiar, sorry, there's stuff all over it, with the Green Book that they used to have back in the day. But it basically is it was a guide for African Americans to use so that they could find, it's what they call as the classic Negro motorist guide. So it would have hotels, motels, resorts, restaurants, tourist homes, and places that basically Black people could go without any hassle. So her book is based on that. I guess the grandma he has a green book in his hand. So it kind of explores the green book and these travels with his grandmother. And how cool is that? Nick sent me this. Yeah, it was really cool to receive that from Nick Stone. But yeah, so it's this adventure that he goes on with his grandmother using the green book. So this is actually a replica of an actual green book on the inside. So you can see, I'm trying to find a good page, but like it has, references to different places and that people could go. So I'm super excited about that one. And probably will read that one next month too. Which author of Silver Sparrow? Because I see 3 from it's Tayari Jones is the author for Silver Sparrow. Yes, Ghost is the name of the book. Keep on reading. You guys are sweet. Sorry, Tayari Jones. Green Book, this one's based on something different, though. I know what you're talking about, but yes, it was, which is weird because the movie Green Book, I get it now that I know what this looks like and what this is, but it didn't really follow a Green Book. It was weird, but it was titled Green Book, yes. But yeah, that book sounds really cool, right? I was super excited for that one by Nick Stone. Yes, so first Tuesday of every month, and I usually put the events, so if you guys join the Facebook group, I usually put a calendar event reminder in there. So if you're already following the chat reminder, like after this chat, I will just go in there and change the date so that you're already accepted it. It'll just give you a reminder the day of the chat that's going on. So, but yeah, join our Facebook group because we have a lot of fun in there. Clean Getaway. Yep. So yeah, cool. Yeah, Silver Sparrow's supposed to be a really good one. So if you guys can get your hands on that, I'm excited. I've heard a lot of great things about that. So again, Tayari Jones. I'm hoping it's as great of a discussion as the other one was. Lots of drama. Anywho, it's 8:50. So I have nothing else for you guys. You guys have been awesome. You finished the book this morning? Yeah, Rosa, it lasted like 25 minutes of a chat. Basically, the sum of it was that there's a lot going on in the book. a lot of skipping around, a lot of trying to keep up. Our brains hurt. Some enjoyed it, some thought it was just okay. But for the most part, I mean, it was interesting to say the least. But it was hard to discuss because there were so many pieces of putting this person together and that person together and this family and that family. So it was a lot to unfold. Yeah. So that's pretty much all we had said. There's just a lot going on. My head hurts thinking about the book and trying to put the timeline together. Like, it was a lot. So enjoy the rest of your evening signing up for the Facebook group. Yeah, please head over there. We have so much fun in that Facebook group. It's like daily interactions. I post so much more in there on the day-to-day. So please feel free to join us in there. It's a ton of fun. My cousin said, I'm glad I wasn't the only one who was lost at the beginning of the book. Yeah, it was a lot. I had to pull up a chart because it was a lot going on. This was the chat. I posted it in the group, so if you guys take a look, but that's basically how all of the characters connect to one another. Sorry, I know my ring light is like reflecting, but it's a lot. Oh, no worries. Don't be worried. You guys can catch the replay. And that's basically, Rosa, what Sharon and I said is we stopped trying to read it and keep up with the characters. It was more enjoyable for me to just read it as a short story and not try to figure out who's who and what's what, because it was doing too much. So for me to just enjoy it as little short stories was a lot easier than trying to keep up with characters and who was related to who. So, yep. When I saw that this morning, I was like, where was that when I needed it? Yeah, because only in the front of the book, like, they give you a list of the characters, but they don't really, they tell you a little bit about, like, who's connected to who in that section of the book, but it doesn't really, like, give you the whole family tree where it's like, okay, this person's over here and this person's here and these are their kids. Like, it doesn't really give you that. So, yeah. Very cool. All right. I'm going for real this time. Thank you all for joining. Again, like I said, join in the Facebook group if you have other questions or need to. You said the list wasn't helpful. Come find me. I'm always available. Go to the Facebook group. I will add you guys as soon as we get off this chat. And I guess I will see you guys later. Thanks so much for joining. Bye.